I have been meeting with and working with the survivors. I've had the privilege and the honor of talking with many of them, spending time with them. And I got to start by saying these women are absolutely incredible. I
Mm.
mean, really, they're so amazing because they have been through so much. And it would be so easy for them to just say, I'm not going to go through this again. And, the re traumatization every time they have to tell their story, every
It's
time they
real.
out.
Yeah.
It is really it's so taxing, but when you talk to them, what they will tell you is it's not just about closure for them. It's about all survivors that are out there that were part of this, horrific sex trafficking scheme of Jeffrey Epstein and all these other predators and pedophiles. And it's also about all sexual assault survivors everywhere because everyone's watching this. And I'm hearing that all the time from people everywhere across the country. And so I really wanted to bring them into the room. They were going to be there physically. They told me, they were like, we want to be there. We want her to have to talk to us. We want her to have to look at us. And I said, well, I'm going to I'm going to try to get that to happen. And I talked through my plans with them and I said, look, I'm going to lay out both the violations of the law in terms of what they did not redact, all the personal information of survivors that they put out there without redaction, which they were supposed to do, including Jane Doe's.
Yeah.
And then I'm also going to put up examples of all the predators' names that they did redact. And I'm going to ask her to turn and apologize to you. And I said, if I'm going to ask you to stand, I'm going to ask you if any of you have gotten a meeting with her. But if you don't feel like standing in the moment, don't stand. If you don't feel like being a part of it, I don't want you to be a prop. And they, we worked together very closely but I didn't know if whether they would stand or not. So I said, if you are willing, would you stand?
Yeah.
They all stood. And then I said, if you are willing, if you have not heard from the Department of Justice, not gotten an offer to meet with this Department of Justice and give your testimony and ask your questions, would you raise their hand? Would you raise your hand if you feel comfortable? And they all raised their hands. It was so powerful, Joyce, to just have them in person in that room. And then I said to the Attorney General, would you turn to the survivors and apologize to them for the harm and the re-traumatization that your Department of Justice has caused them? It would have been an incredible moment if she had done that. And if she had done that, I had in my mind that I was going to thank her and say that that was powerful and